Hello and welcome to another video from USS Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at something very nice and exciting indeed. We're looking at the 1994 release by Willits Design from their Star Trek series of musical and lighted figurines. And this particular one we are looking at today is from Star Trek The Next Generation, and it is the USS Enterprise NCC-1701D. As appeared in, obviously, the television series. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in. And the front of the box, it says Star Trek The Next Generation. And it's got Space, the Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. And there you can see an image of the ship on the stand in the background. It says Star Trek Next Generation. And it says, hear the voice of Patrick Stewart as Captain Jean-Luc Picard, taken from the opening monologue of Star Trek The Next Generation and reproduced on a microchip sound. USS Enterprise NCC-1701D lighted figurine featuring the voice of Patrick Stewart and the Star Trek The Next Generation musical theme. Okay, so that is the front of the box. If I just turn the box over, let's see what we've got on the back. There we go. There's nothing else on the box apart from a star chart all the way around the box. So this is the only thing on the back of the box. And it says Star Trek The Next Generation, USS Enterprise NCC-1701D, lighted figurine featuring the voice of Patrick Stewart and the Star Trek The Next Generation musical theme. It says a dramatic design that can be proudly displayed anywhere. Mounted on a high-quality polystyrene base is an exquisite replica of the USS Enterprise NCC-1701D, the starship in which Captain Jean-Luc Picard and his crew travelled to the strange new worlds. Push a button and multiple lights flash as the theme music plays. Patrick Stewart delivers the legendary words that have introduced each episode of the much-loved series. Listen to his dynamic voice and imagine yourself aboard the famous vessel, boldly going where no one has gone before. There's item number 48053, and you've got the licensing information just below that, the barcode and the Paramount logo. And it says, Willits Design, authorized user, made in China. Okay, so that is the box. Now, this particular item has never been opened. In fact, what I'm going to do, before I tell you any more, I'm just going to open the box. So the box lid has actually been opened, but the surround is still sealed. But I'm going to open it up and let's have a look at it. Taking the polystyrene wrap out of the box, I was hoping it was going to be easy enough to open, but it's not. It's all still sealed all the way around, and it's all in this polystyrene container. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to open this. What does this say? It says Star Trek electronic figurine operating instructions. Carefully piece up by black base. Insert 3 AA batteries, not included, by latching battery compartment in bottom of base. Press latch to close battery compartment. To activate lights and sounds, push master slide switch located on backside of base to on position. This will activate the lights. To activate sound, push square button also located on backside of base once. Note, master slide switch must be on before sound can be activated. Sound will play once then stop. If you wish to play sound again, simply push square button again. After use, push master slide switch to off position. This will deactivate lights and turn unit off. Okay, so yeah, we can't really see much, so I'm going to have to open this. I can't not open it. I'm going to have to open it. Let's open it. Let's have a look at it, and yeah, we go from there. Okay, now I have very carefully opened the container. I've removed the tape and opened the container, and this is how the ship is packed. So it comes on the stand. I think it's already all attached to the stand. Let's just pull it out. There we go. So that is the Enterprise. Let's just move that out of the way and we can get a little bit of a better view of the model. So that is the Enterprise. I'm just going to put a little bit of light on here, see if it makes it that's a bit better. So there we go. So that is the model itself. Now it is all still closed up with the tape with the bag. I think the bag is probably sealed, but I think I'm going to have to open it. I'm going to have to open this up and take... Actually, it's not sealed, so there we are. Let's just take that off. So that's the bag. Let's just remove the bag. And there we go. Now, I actually thought that was going to be sealed, but it's not. So that makes things a lot easier. So there we can see the ship. Now, the ship does look absolutely fantastic. It is very, very well designed, and it is very, very detailed, I should say. All the designs and markings are on it. I'm just going to remove this tissue paper, if I can do it without damaging it. Yeah, okay, so let's... Right, okay, so if I just lift that off of there. I must try and remember how this goes together. So there is a little tag on here. It says Star Trek Next Generation. Hear the voice of Patrick Stewart as Captain Jean-Luc Picard, captured on a computer micro sound chip. And if we turn it over the other side, I think it's the same as what was on the box. USS Enterprise NCC-1701D lighted figurine featuring the voice of Patrick Stewart and the Star Trek Next Generation musical theme. A dramatic design that can be proudly displayed anywhere, mounted on a high-quality polystyrene base, is an exquisite replica of the USS Enterprise NCC-1701D, the starship in which Captain Jean-Luc Picard and his crew travelled to strange new worlds. Push a button and multiple lights flash on the theme, and the theme music plays. Patrick Stewart delivers the legendary words that have introduced each episode of the much-loved series. Listen to his dynamic voice and imagine yourself aboard the famous vessel, boldly going where no one has gone before. And you've got the copyright information and the item number. Okay, so that is... Can I take that off without... Actually, let's try and take it off the other way. It might be easier. Yeah, okay, so that's removed. So there we are. Let's get a stick out and just measure the item first of all. So we are looking at, if we measure the ship itself, we're looking at 20 centimeters long. If we measure the base plate, which is a bit awkward to measure, but we are also looking at about 21, about 21 centimeters long, which would be the size of the delta shape, if you like. Width wise, across the top of the dome, if I can bring that down low enough, let's zoom out a little bit, and then we can bring it down a little bit and measure that. So that is 14 centimeters. And if we measure height wise from the top of the ship to the bottom of the stand, we're looking at 14 centimeters. So it's quite a nice size ship. Now the stand says USS Enterprise NCC-1701D on the front there, and on this side it says Star Trek The Next Generation. It says I'm musical, and obviously there's the control buttons, the on and off button there, and the press button for the sounds. Now I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some batteries, put them in, and let's hear it and see it in action. Okay, so I have now inserted the batteries in there, just there. I haven't put the cover on, but I've just popped the batteries in so that we can listen to it. I'll put the cover back on afterwards. But I just wanted to get the batteries in so we can see. Now I'm just going to switch it on, and I have dimmed the lights ready for this. Oh, there we go. So there you can see you've got the lights on the nacelles at the side there. And if you look at the top, you can see the lights on the top of the ship. If I move back a little bit, and you can see the bridge light is flashing at the very top there. Is there anything underneath? No, there's nothing underneath. But you've got obviously the deflector section there, which is also lit up. And I mean, I must admit that it looks very, very good. The red lights or the lights on the end of the nacelles are lit up, as well as the lights on the side. So it does look the part. I must admit, it does look very, very good. No matter what angle you put this at, it's looking great. And let's press a button and see what it says.
to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Yeah, okay, so that's the music and the entrance to the TV episode. Is it the same?
Space, the final frontier.
Yeah, so it doesn't
These are the
change.
voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Yeah, so it only says the same thing. It doesn't play the whole of the theme tune, but it looks so good. Ship. I think it's fantastic. I really do. With the lights on, you don't have to have the lights on. You can turn it off. If I flick the switch off, there you go. It's all gone off again. I just noticed that your light actually does go down in the cell there. When you turn it off, you can actually see it. So that it does bleed down the light, which is also a nice touch. And I do like the pinholes in the top there, where the light comes through, and then obviously the flashing light on the bridge. I think it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. They are super. These were superb. I can remember when we had the shop, we didn't actually have one of these on display, but we did have the original NCC-1701 display, which had William Shatner's voice in the opening, with the opening entrance to it for the episodes, and that was just phenomenal. And this one is just phenomenal as well. I think these are absolutely amazing pieces, really well designed, beautifully detailed, and great sound, and the voice of the captains on these particular models. So how well did they do? Well, let's think. Back in 1994, what we're talking 30 years ago. Is it really 30 years? By Christ, it is 30 years ago when these came out. At that point, Star Trek was a massive, massive thing. Everybody who was anybody was into Star Trek. The Next Generation had hit a new audience. There were still the die-hard original series fans. And of course, not very long after this, Deep Space Nine was on air, and then Voyager. So we were just elongated with Star Trek on the TV series. Also, the movies were still going on. The original series were producing the movies, and they were going on to the theatre. So it was a massive, massive franchise. And we were just crying out for merchandise. So every little bit of merchandise that was released was snapped up. Now, these particular items, they weren't produced in a massive quantity. They were limited editions, and they weren't very easy to find. I remember we had a few of these at the shop, and at the time, these were quite expensive. I can remember these being nearly £100 back in the 90s. So, yeah, I mean, they were very expensive back in the day. But that was because they were so limited, and the technology was quite new back at that time. So that's hence the high price tag. So they didn't actually sell as well as we thought. We had quite a few of these, and we did eventually sell them all, but it did take a while. But I don't really think they've done as well as what they really should have. If they're released now at the same price tag, they will fly off the shelves. Everybody will buy them. It's such a nice, wonderful looking item. But nowadays, incredibly difficult to find, especially in this mint. Well, it wasn't opened until I took it out of the packaging, but in this mint condition, almost impossible to find. But yes, you know it. As usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we are shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video as much as I loved demonstrating it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.